Hey, Steve Basic Architect. Yeah. So we've taken a walk out at our Field of Dreams. I've taken a walk amongst a number of projects. I get a lot of comments and messages from people saying, hey, Steve, can you show us the floor plan? So yeah, today's video, we're not going to be out on a job site. We're in my studio and I got the floor plan. So we're talking Field of Dreams and we're going to do a walkthrough on that first floor plan. So get ready. All right, so here we have it. First floor plan. It is in fact a walkout ranch. So there's a first floor plan, or upper level, I like to call it, and lower level. Because if you say first floor, people are like, oh, does that mean the basement or does that mean the floor above? So upper level, lower level. So we're on the upper level. This, if you're following along, this is the Field of Dreams, FOD. There, let's get a little thicker on our pen. Yeah. There. So, I don't know, it's probably 7,000 square feet between the upper level, lower level. I'm going to shoot this. I did some walkthroughs that you'll appreciate, and then we'll follow it up with the floor plan so that you get a taste of both worlds. Yeah. So, first floor. Normally, we would start at the entryway, which is right here. That is our entry, but we're going to start on one side and move across because this thing's out in the middle of a field. It's in the plains of South Dakota. I mean, I was out there maybe a month ago. It was, I don't know, 20 degrees, 50-mile-an-hour winds. So yeah, it can be a very unpleasant place to be. So a lot of people, you know, garage, you pull into the garage and then garage door closes behind you and you are in fact in the house. So we're going to start off on the one side. We have the entryway here. We're going to have a nice roundabout driveway that comes over from here, and then this driveway is also going to feed it's going to feed that roundabout, but it's also going to feed these garages over here. So we'll take a look at that part first. You can see here the house is basically shaped like a Z, and that's because maybe about 150 feet away there's a river that literally does that I used as the inspiration for the house. It's what I would call a single loaded plan, right? And the reason I call it single loaded is double loaded, you would have rooms, a hallway, and rooms. Here, we don't have that second set. We have rooms and a hallway, and this is house and this is house. Or it is just the room between the two. So helps take in the view. You get the view out the front, the view out the back. You get a lot more light because you don't have that dark wall in the middle of the house. But the penalty is you have a lot more surface area, right? But some people want that, and here we solve for that. So we have 1, 2, 3 car garage. These are 10-foot doors, so they're 10 by 10s. Our garage here, if you're running dimensions, we are right at 26 feet there. Notice we have, like I said, 3 garage doors. We also have a door here with a 4-foot overhang over there, so we can get into the garage there. We have a door that takes us out to the front yard or into the garage from the front yard. This one's from the driveway. And then we call it workspace, but I call it the tractor garage. And the reason for the tractor garage, this is a 12-foot door by 10 foot tall. So we can get a little larger things in there. And then of course we have a door that goes out to the backyard here. But basically it's, I don't know, I would say 4.5 car garage. This is pretty generous. I mean, you're going to have about 7 feet in between the cars there. I have, what do we have? Yeah, it's about 43 feet in length on the garage here. So very sizable. garage happening there. We have stairs down to the basement there, and we have stairs that go up to the mudroom. We also have a provision in here for a handicap ramp. We drew it in and just dashed it in. One of the sons there is a potential that maybe later in life he will be in a wheelchair, so we wanted to make sure that we were at least planning for that possibility there. So yes, 3-car, oversized tractor garage, workspace, whatever you want to call it. And then that brings us up to the house. This vibe board is pretty cool, isn't it? That we can just bring things up and kind of walk through the plan. So come in here, you step in, we're in the mudroom. We're gonna have a bunch of cubbies there, coat rack there. We have a secondary washer and dryer for, you know, again, you're out on the prairie, they do some farming and stuff. You come in, you got muddy clothes and stuff. You don't want to carry them across the house to the laundry room. You throw them right in the laundry here. Everybody's got their cubbies. We have some closet storage here. Drop that down a line here. And we also have some counter space here. And all of this you probably saw when we were taking the tour of the house. This counter space, it's kind of like, it's that extra space. Where do I put a fire extinguisher? Where do I put the extra light bulbs, batteries? Where do I charge my phone or my laptop, or, you know, charge that light or whatever, my drill, all of those things. It's kind of like just a workbench for the house where you don't necessarily have to bring that stuff into the kitchen. We have a little linen closet out here that services a 3/4 bath. We have a shower, toilet, and our vanity. Oh, and outside the mudroom, we also have a door that goes out to the catwalk here. And that catwalk is going to service the deck, and it'll take us to grade over here. So yeah, 3/4 bath here. But when we breach this, that's pretty much when we get into the living space. So this is all one space. And you saw that on the tour there, but understand this is a volume ceiling from there to here. So this slopes down there and it slopes down to there. This is flat there, and this is flat here. For our kitchen, we have our double oven, we have some countertop, we got a window there, we have our cooktop there, a nice large island, and our sink, dishwasher, and refrigerator there. We have a pocket door pantry with a second refrigerator, some cabinetry, some auxiliary shelving there in that pantry, that literally right off of the kitchen, so that you can walk in there. The dining room, kind of a, you know, that's a table for 10. You could easily go to table for 12 or 14 by extending that in both directions and getting a couple more chairs on that. So we definitely have room. Notice we have a full wall of glazing there, complemented with a full wall of glazing there with a lift and slide door. So we have access in and out there, kind of a free-form family room. We have our fireplace. We actually switched to some shelving there, but our TV is going to be over here, and we have a nice seating group that looks at that stone fireplace. And then this brings us back to that front entry hall. So this is actually the front door here. You can see we have our entry, we have a closet there. This will take you to the bedrooms. This will bring you to living space. This will take you downstairs to the basement. We have an open rail there. Now, remember, one of the things I said, one of the kids' potential to maybe be in a wheelchair, but they need assistance in various activities. And so what Mom wanted was access to his bedroom and bathroom very quickly. So we have this kind of backdoor access from the living room where we have a zero threshold shower, a toilet with some space there so you can transfer real easy, a nice oversized vanity where you can bring a wheelchair in under that, and then a door to the bathroom. And you can see that's that 5-foot diameter that very easily makes it in that space there. Also notice, all the doors in and out, 3070, that's a 3-foot 0-inch door by 7-foot 0-inch door. It's not a 30-inch door, it's a 3-foot door. His bedroom here, we show a queen bed, easily could be a king bed, and then he has a walk-in closet here. Continuing down the hall, we have the daughter's room, also queen bed, could be a king, 2-8 door. She has her own bath, so we have a tub, toilet, vanity. She has her own walk-in closet, some linen storage here down the hall. We get some nice light here, and then this is the laundry room. Notice I use the laundry room and this walk-in closet to separate the owner's suite from the kids' bathroom. So using those spaces to be kind of that acoustical divider, if you will, between those spaces. But then we then have this door here. Everything on that side of this door is the owner's suite. So first stop is the bathroom. So we have the toilet in its own room, nice wall-hung toilet there. We go down, we have a nice big shower platform. The tub sits there, some beautiful windows out to the little privacy deck, and windows out to the view. Also notice, up until this point, pretty much everything, right? Kitchen view out, dining room view out, living room view out, son's room view out, daughter's room view out, bathroom view out. Everything has got a view out to that little river and creek and, that plains landscape there. Continuing down, we have our walk-in closet, which is double loaded. So you have his side and you have her side there. Nice big island with a little bench seat. You can tie your shoes in the morning. Notice I like to make a little alcove for the doors, so when I walk in, I don't see the butt end of the door. It sits in that nice little pocket there when it's open. And walk-in closet, we have a little privacy deck out here that is accessed from their bedroom out there. That is something that she wanted. And then we finish this with king-size bed here, and I don't know, this is probably about 11 feet of window, and then another 8 feet here. So that whole corner, if you remember on the tour, just basically opens up to some beautiful views out amongst the plain. Certainly, large enough room, 20 foot by, 14-ish there. So more than adequate. And then, like I said earlier, these are all single loaded. So if I switch to this, right, this is all basically hallway circulation space. So that's the spine upon which everything gets, that's kind of the main thoroughfare that gets you everywhere, right? To the closets, gets you to the entry, brings you in, gets you to that family room. And then, of course, we have a short hallway here that feeds the bathroom, the mudroom, and the kitchen. So it's kind of all of that utility space happening there. So anyways, that, my friends, is that first floor of the Field of Dreams. Man, that draws slow, dreams. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Drop a comment, let me know, because I can make videos on site. I can do these kind of in the studio. These are nice and convenient actually, because I fire up the studio and just pull up a floor plan and talk for 15 minutes about what we're doing there. But you know, some people like them, some people don't, but it helps tie in. You see a bunch of pictures of this detail, that ceiling detail, this air barrier detail, all of this for the Field of Dreams. And it's like, what the hell does a house look like? So it's nice to get a floor plan of it. But anyways, if you're a subscriber and you've been watching me all along, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Drop a respectful comment in or question and you'll get a respectful answer. If you're not a subscriber, smash that subscribe button. Go tell all your friends. Yes, this isn't someone else's plan. This isn't someone else's thoughts. These are my thoughts. This is my project. I conceived this. This is my monster. And so if you have questions, you ask them, and I'll give you as honest an answer as I can, for sure. Fun project. These were exceptional clients, exceptional builder. This was, you know, we're going to be wrapping this thing up in the next month or two. And it's sad because I will miss these clients. It does get very personal for me. And the good news is Josh, the builder, we're already planning our next project, and he's going to literally move from this one to our next project with him. So very excited for that. It's going to be pretty exciting. Timber frame that's passive house inspired, double perfect wall. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff happening there. So it's going to be fun. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm Steve, Basic Architect, and all I can say is until next time, you know it. Long live our buildings.